Hello everyone, welcome to the very first episode of ReactJS for Beginners in 2025. I am Saleh, and in this series, we will learn React step by step using the latest tools and AI assistants that make coding faster than ever. If you're new or coming back after a break, this is the perfect place to start. So, I will not go into why you will need React because if you are here, you know already about it. So without further ado, let's get into the setup environment. For React, we'll be needing Node.js. So if you don't have it installed, you can just simply go to nodejs.org and download it according to your operating system you can see here. And then install it. It's kind of a similar process for everyone. Now, let's check the version of our React. So to do that, what you'll need is just run node-v, which will show you your node version, and npm-v will show you the npm version. Now, let's clear our slate, and in the terminal, let's type npm create space. We will be using Vite at the latest. We want the latest one. Now the project name or the folder name, it will be React Beginner for us. You can type anything, your name or the project name. Now, what we'll be using is the template, that is React. When you press enter, it will start configuring our project. So you can see here, it is asking for us which framework we want to use. We will be using React. We don't want TypeScript just now. We just go for JavaScript plus React compiler. No, we don't want the experimental. Yes, we want it with npm and start. So you can see the project is being installed. And the project is running on the localhost 5173 port. If we go here and do it, we can see we have Vite plus React running. Now what we'll do is that we will minimize the terminal for now, and we'll go through the files structure. So if you expand it, you will see public, source, and node modules. We will be discussing it further later on another video. So let's get into the source folder. You see you have assets, app CSS, fcsx, index.css, and main.jsx. So the most important files are main.jsx and app.jsx. In main.jsx, we can see what it does is it mounts the app to the DOM, and what app.jsx does is it is a component. Let's change it a little bit. Okay, so you can see here we have Vite and React logos and counter and other stuff you can click to update. Everything is controlled here. You can see on click, set count, and other stuffs. So we will make it a very simple thing right now. Just remove everything. And we don't need this. We don't need this as well. And what we'll do is that we will write h1. No, let's do it the wrapper first. And h1, and we will type hello from my new project and save it. And if you see, we have a hello from my new project. So whatever we do here reflects into the output. We can create a new component to show you how we can use components to show some other stuffs. So let's create a new folder with named components and create another new component. Let's say um, welcome.jsx. We will be going in details for this later on. So what we'll do is that we will create a functional component, function welcome, and what we'll do is that we will export our welcome component. Okay. Now what we'll do is that we will return and we will say, let's say div, and what we did there is that let's say we will have each one, and what we'll say, oh sorry, there should be default, and what we'll do is that we will remove this and put our h1 here. So you can see we just pull the h1 from app.js to our welcome.jsx folder. And now what we'll do is that instead of doing that, we will do is welcome. And if you're using VS Code, it will be auto importing the component as well. So if you do that, you can see we have it here. Now, what we'll do is that, as I promised you, we will be using AI for this learning. So we will create a component by any of your favorite AIs. In my case, I'll be using ChatGPT. So let's do it now. We are going to the ChatGPT and ask for create a welcome component in React with today's date and a time. Okay, so we just copy the component, which is a, in our case, a functional component. So if we change our welcome component from this to that, and what we'll do is that if we get into the front end, we will see we have our time running and we have the date and a welcome message. Okay, so let's get into the explanation. What we get is that we have user state. We are using the state to create a new date, and after that we are using a interval to create the effect where it is the seconds running, and we can see the animation of the time. We will go into details later on. And we have a formatted date, how we want to format our date. And after that, we just using an h1 to describe our welcome message. We have our formatted date, which is getting output here. And also we have the formatted time, which we are showing here. So today we set up React using Vite, understood the folder structure, and even saw how AI can help you code faster. In the next episode, we will build our first interactive component and start learning state management with hooks. Make sure to subscribe and catch my daily short tips on React and AI development. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.